start coming to the meetings with me more often.
But why? I already have my Bible study.
Well, you see, when you go to the meetings, you learn a lot more than you would in one of your regular Bible studies. And everything that you learn is very beneficial and interesting.
Okay, well, what would I learn that's so interesting that I don't already know?
Oh, for example, in the meeting that we're going to be having this Thursday, we're going to be learning about the development of the various racial characteristics. Would you like for me to explain?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Well, I'm going to explain using this book called Reasoning from the Scriptures. We seem to use it a lot on the school because it has answers to popular questions that many people ask today. So if you would turn to page 302 in your book of Reasoning from the Scriptures. And if you would like to read the first paragraph, that'd be nice.
Okay, it says, all men living today belong to a single species, Homo sapiens, and are derived from a common stock. Biological differences between human beings are due to differences in hereditary constitution and to the influence of the environment on this genetic potential. In most cases, those differences are due to the interaction of these two sets of factors. Differences between individuals within a race or within a population are often greater than the average differences between races or populations. What does that mean?
Well, here it's explaining that all humans belong to a single species, which is Homo sapiens. But what makes us different is our personality and our physical traits. So as humans, we have different characteristics because of the environment in which we were raised and because of the genes that we received from our parents.
Oh, okay.
We can learn more about this if we read the second paragraph. So can you also read that paragraph for me?
It says, a race is simply one of the partially isolated gene pools into which the human species came to be divided during and following its early geographical spread. Roughly, one race has developed on each of the 5 major continental areas of the Earth. Man did indeed diverge genetically during this phase of history, and we can measure and study the results of this divergence in what remains today of the old geographical races. As we would expect, divergence appears to be correlated with the degree of isolation. When race formation took place on the continents with the bottlenecking of thousands of populations in isolated gene pools all over the world, the gene frequency differences we now see were established. The paradox which faces us is that each group of humans appears to be extremely different, yet underneath these differences there is fundamental similarity.
So do you understand this paragraph?
No, not really.
This paragraph is talking about humans that lived in earlier times when a group of people were isolated from others and only married within the group. So certain characteristics were really emphasized in their offsprings.
Okay, well, I guess that's kind of interesting. You really learn that kind of stuff at one of your meetings?
Yes, we do. We learn a lot of things because a meeting is kind of like a Bible study in the sense that you might not get everything that you learn at first, but there's always someone there to explain things and to show these scriptures from the Bible so that in the end you can understand it. I'd like to share a scripture with you, and it's here in Isaiah 48, 17, and 18. I could read this scripture. It reads, "This is what Jehovah has said, your repurchaser, the Holy One of Israel. I, Jehovah, am your God, the one teaching you to benefit yourself, the one causing you to tread in the way in which you should walk. Oh, if only you would actually pay attention to my commandments. Then your peace would become just like a river, and your righteousness like the waves of the sea." What do you think is the main part of this scripture?
Well, I think it's the part where it says that Jehovah is the one teaching us to benefit ourselves.
Yes, that's correct. And one of the ways that he teaches us to benefit ourselves is through the meetings. So that's why I would like for you to attend the meetings, and I'd hope to see you at our next meeting soon.
Okay, I'll give it some more thought.
Okay.
Couldn't see that at a big sigh. Well, there was very well done. Thank you. A lot of things to comment on. Sorry, I'm gathering my thoughts here. First of all, you took time before you started. That's good. It says somewhere in the book. I didn't have time to find it, but